Earlier on in the show, we told you about a controversial bill that would ban so-called sex-selective abortions. A conservative MP is behind this move, but the leader of the federal party doesn't seem to be on the same page.
A majority of Canadians desire continued access to abortion services in our country. However, the same public support cannot be found when it comes to sex-selective abortion.
Those words coming from a conservative MP who put forward a bill that through this ban could criminalize medical practitioners. But don't count on the conservative leader to support this bill. Aaron O'Toole says he will be voting against it.
I will always, as Prime Minister, defend the rights, the human rights of all Canadians, including women, to make this decision for themselves.
There are also other critics, including one researcher who has studied and collected data on sex-selective abortion, saying this is an extreme practice rarely performed in Canada.
But again, it is really women with a very specific reproductive history. And I really want to stress that it's not that's a symptom of a larger issues that women face throughout their lives. And I think that's really at the crux of trying to get at this issue. It's not about banning abortion.
The issue of son preference is rooted in outdated patriarchal beliefs that have been normalized through laws and policies passed down generations, creating a gender divide. Women face immense pressures throughout their reproductive lives that can evolve to coercion, violence, and abuse. So Susita Winagaretni argues a ban on sex-selective abortions doesn't address the root causes and nuances of male biases. And
in Canada, women do not need to provide a reason for abortion. It's treated as any other medical procedure. And so this really incentivizes and encourages providers to try to seek a reason for women seeking abortion. They can't do that explicitly.
The Saskatchewan MP says there have been reports that this is a growing problem in Canada, though we asked, it isn't clear if she consulted with Canadian organizations who have been addressing the root causes of this issue.
In Canada, there's no recording of any information around abortion, so it's extrapolated based on populations. Many other countries that do have laws in this regard. And it is difficult, especially within certain cultural societies, to make those changes. But we have a responsibility in Canada to say what our values are and to say it through our laws.
South Korea has been recognized by the UN for being one of the only countries in the world to have faced high sex ratio imbalance and then completely eliminated, with women's rights groups pushing for reforms, including inherent rights and job access.
Broader efforts of achieving gender equality in South Korea has affected the current feminist movement in Korea.
Winagaretni says a shift in countering discrimination by raising the profile of women and girls is key. Toronto-based organizations are already doing this work in communities and seeing real change.
I think working with community organizations that work with these communities, working directly with community members and listening to what they have to say, specifically women in these communities, is really important to try to find equitable solutions.
Now, this bill is set to be debated on Wednesday. As we told you earlier, this is an issue that CityNews has covered before, most recently last month in our Behind Closed Doors series on family and intimate partner violence. For more on the series and this specific topic, you can head to our website, citynews.ca.